So today we decided to make our own little trackable, and we have a Thomas the Train engine, and I have a little travel bug that I'm going to go and activate, and I'll show how to do that. And we're going to make up a cache to hide it in, and we're going to try to find something appropriate and make an appropriate goal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to activate our travel bug. And to do that, I just went to geocaching.com. I'm going to go to Find Trackables. I'm going to go to Travel Bug Home, and then there's a button here, Activate Your Travel Bug. So, let's see. I need my tracking number and my activation code. So I've entered in my travel bug code, and it was ZQ7G3A, and my activation code was hamster, HAMSTER. Now I need to name it, and I think since it's a Thomas the Tank Engine train, we're going to call it Thomas Adventure. And I don't want someone to take it, and so let's see, I need to figure out a mission and a description, so I'm going to enter those in real quick. So I found the place. I finished my activation, and there's actually an upload an image thing here, so I'm going to go ahead and put that image in. We took a picture on the porch. Now I'm going to set up my cache. The place that I'm able to put my cache will be ideal for a magnet setup. And I went to the hardware store and picked up a really strong magnet for like $1. And my initial thought was to put it on the inside, but it doesn't have quite the pull as when it's on the outside. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use some JB weld to stick this to here. This container, by the way, is just it was a chicken soup base container from the store. Rather than throw out stuff, I try to reuse it if I can, and this was almost perfect for a geocache that's going to have a little bit of shelter. Now, the reason I'm going to this much trouble for this is these are supposed to be permanent installations, and so if you're going to have something that's going to be out there for years and years, you should probably think about, putting together a container and making it so that it's going to last quite a while, so that you won't have to replace it. Because it's kind of frustrating when you go out looking for a geocache and something has happened to the container, or something went wrong somewhere along the line and you don't find it. And I think a lot of that is because people are using containers that are probably less than bomb proof. While we're waiting for this to cure up, I printed out the geocacher sheet from geocaching.com. I shrunk it down. I used 3.5 point font and kind of fixed it so that it would print out about 2 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches, so it'll fit on the inside of my lid. I understand it's a good idea to try to put that sheet in anything that you hide, just so that nobody sees it and freaks out and says, what is this doing here? Why is there a thing with a super ball and an army guy attached somewhere or hidden out in the middle of nowhere? So that if somebody finds this accidentally who doesn't know about geocaching, there's a little explanation on the inside there. And I'm going to go to a little bit of trouble taping this in there correctly, so that it stays put and isn't ruined by anything. Again, this is supposed to be permanent. It's not something that you're just gonna put in there and then forget about. Now that that's done, it's time to camouflage this a little bit. This is going to be in a fairly public location, and I don't necessarily want people who aren't looking for this finding it, because I just don't, and I don't want that mess. I don't want someone taking it and destroying it or whatever, or getting freaked out by seeing it. So I have some black duct tape I'm going to wrap around it. Now I have my magnetic container completed. I tested it on the fridge door and it is bomb-proof. Holds real tight and all of that. And it's got some room for some stuff in there. Being that it's magnetic, I'm not sure the juggalos would like it.
Magnets, how do they work? And I don't want to talk to a scientist. Y'all mother lying and getting me.
So we're going to load it up, and I think if you're going to put out a cache, it's kind of neat if you put some neat stuff in there. So I have a matchbook from the Bull and Finch pub, which was originally where Cheers was shot. So somebody who remembered the show might like that. I have a little incense burner with a little piece of incense in there. I'm going to rubber band this together and then put that in there. And then these little figurines are always popular. I see these in a lot of caches, probably because you can buy 20 of them for $1 at the dollar store. So I'm just going to put a couple of those in there in case somebody doesn't like the other offerings. And then I'm going to put my travel bug in there, and I'm going to have to watch the listing. As soon as my listing gets approved, I'm going to have to go on and show that I've actually dropped this in there so that people know where it is. Got my little incense thing rubber banded together with a little piece of inner tube that's known in the outdoors world as a ranger band. Now only a couple more things to put in here. I made a little log book. I'm not super fond of the ones that you have to roll up, and I'm going to stick a pencil in there. Most people will, when they go out, bring a pen with them, but sometimes people don't. And so this is going to be my completed geocache, and now it's just time to place it. Well, I think we found a good spot. Our little train themed travelable, so we'll hide it. Okay, so I just got an email that my cache had been published. Now it's time to add the little trackable to the cache. So I'm going to go to my geocaches, and this is the one that was just published. And in order to log that I've dropped a bug in there, I go to log your visit, and I say that I dropped off a trackable. So I go down to the bottom here, and I'm going to say dropped off, and submit log entry. And so now when I go back to this, it should show up in the inventory. Let's see if I can find it here. When I look here, it didn't show up. Let me try that again. So go to log visit. I'm gonna drop off this. And looks like I need to try this. Try that. Maybe if we do it with a log entry, it'll do it. yeah, so there it is. It showed up in our inventory, and I just needed to write a little note saying that I dropped it off. So there's a cache with a travel bug in it.